We're here today to bring the North together. Welcome to Who Will Be King, where the battle for the NFC North supremacy rages on. In the frozen territories of the North, 4 teams clash for glory, but only one can wear the crown. Join us as representatives from the Bears, Lions, and Vikings, with an open invitation to any brave Packers podcaster or fan, as we break down the epic saga unfolding in our division. In this episode of Who Will Be King, with pay from the Bear Claw, the oft-disgruntled Chicago Bears podcast, June and Foster living their best dream from the Detroit Lions bleachers to speakers podcast, and me, Dave, from Vikings First SKOL. That there is a thing called style points. I just learned that in football this week. On this Fran's First Sports Network podcast production, this is your NFC North Roundup show. Fresh from the Week 12's battlefield, we witnessed the mighty Lions roar to an impressive 10-1 record, while the Bears and Vikings delivered an overtime thriller for the ages. Even the Packers showed their teeth, though their victory came against a somewhat hobbled 49ers squad. Now, as we gather for Week 13's Thanksgiving feast, the football gods have blessed us with a cornucopia of NFC North action. The Lions welcome the Bears to their annual Turkey Day tradition. But could Chicago play spoiler to Detroit's festive plans? With young Caleb Williams showing flashes of brilliance, anything is possible. Later, while we digest our turkey, we'll watch the Packers take the primetime stage as they host some wayward fish, the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, the Vikings must wait until Sunday, December, before they get to hunt Cardinals in their pursuit of the division crown. A football feast awaits, a smorgasbord, a triple helping of hits, drama, wins, and losses, all to entertain you, dear listeners. So grab the seat at the table as we serve up this week's helping of Who Will Be King. Let the battles begin. Everybody, it's Dave here from Vikings First SKOL. I apologize for tripping over my tongue so many times that time. I'm thinking of tomorrow and all the pie I'm going to eat, because that's what Thanksgiving's about, is it not? Anyways, I have my friends from the NFC North all here gathered to talk some black and blue North Division football. On the viewers' left, we have Pay from the Chicago Bears. In the middle, we have June and Foster from Bleachers to Speakers. And off screen, we have nobody from the Packers. Well, Cheese Weasel's loss on that one. They should be here, but they don't have the cojones to join the show. Anyways,
a great philosopher once said, "Less is better. There's plenty of us." I think the philosopher's name was Sean Carter.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Before or after the Beehive?
Oh, this is after.
Okay. Just curious. That language kind of changes after time.
Okay. All right. We're going to start off with Week 12 in review. And we're going to start off with Pay from Chicago. I've talked all week, and my fans already know about it, about the game in Soldier Field where the Vikings pulled off an overtime win. I want to hear it from Pay's point of view. Everybody says when there's an argument or disagreement, there's my view, your view, and the actual probably truth. Pay, what's your view? What happened last week?
This ought to be good.
So we're listening for the truth now, huh? Okay. First thing, the name of the field where the Bears play is not Soldier Field. It's a little too many consonants there, Dave. But
sorry.
It's Thanksgiving week. Things happen. So the Bears lost again to the Minnesota Vikings. Well, they lost again in general. This time to the Minnesota Vikings. Came down to the wire, as those games seem to happen with our division foes. As it seems to happen in this 5-game skid. This is the third time we're in this 5-game skid where the Bears were either had a lead in the fourth quarter or it was a one-score game. And to some of those people who opine on these games, but more than they watch the games, the truth of the matter is this: we just keep getting outcoached. Eberflus is now 5-18 in one-score games over in his tenure as a Bears coach. To the opposite side of the field, where he was coaching against Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell is what, 28-10 in one-score games. 28-10. That's crazy. They've coached in so many one-score games. But if you recall, the Vikings did do that a lot in one of those seasons. I think 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
when we were frauds. Yeah,
I remember that. I remember saying that too. That just goes to show you that this is also Kevin O'Connell's third year, just like it's Matt Eberflus's third year. The problem with the Bears is simply this: we keep identifying the wrong person to lead the ship. Matt Eberflus cannot get it done. You would think with so many times hitting your head on the door frame, you would think, hey, kneel down a bit, take it down. Next time we go through this, we understand what to do right so we don't bump our head. Matt Eberflus keeps hitting his head. He's the wrong guy to lead this squad. Other than that, other than what the root cause of the loss was, I don't want to be an absolutist. Obviously, we're 4-7. 7 losses pretty much ends your opportunity to make the playoffs in this crowded, very top-heavy conference. Another conference loss pretty much puts a nail in our coffin, the final nail in our coffin. So I can't be an absolutist about we got to win, and if you don't win, throw everything away. My team played well. Second week with the new offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown, the offense looks night and day from what you see with him versus what you saw with Shane Waldron. He called a great game. He's utilizing Caleb Williams' full package. Pause. He's out there throwing darts. He's putting them in RPO action. He's calling running back draws. Everything that you would expect from a guy who's got every tool in the utility belt. That's what you want to see from your offensive coordinator. That's what you want to see out of your prodigal son quarterback. The defense, it's obviously getting up 30 points isn't ideal for a defense. And there were some miscues there. Our number one defensive back, Jalen Johnson, got his hand caught in the cookie jar twice with 2 flags. One of them took away a turnover from Jonathan Owens, Simone Biles' husband. Shout out to him. There was opportunity to win this game. It just so happens that we just, again, coaching causes us to lose. We snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. When have you ever seen a season in which a team has the fourth quarter lead and loses on a Hail Mary? Also, 2 weeks later, has the game-winning field goal right there in his sights, 46-yarder, gets it blocked. Then the next week, you're down 11, 2 minutes to go. We scored a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, and get the onside kick, and get in position to kick the game-winning field goal to go to overtime. All of this in the same season, and all of those end resulting losses. I don't know why we were playing. It looked like prevent in overtime. As soon as the Vikings got the ball, everything was right in front of them. Easy catch down the middle of the field. Why are we protecting the sideline? It is a sudden death overtime. It's like we're protecting the boundaries. I don't know whose call that is. Oh, I forgot. Eberflus calls the defense. Silly me. and I just want to shout out Caleb Williams again, because a lot of people pound on him, pause, that he was the worst pick at number 1. He's a bust waiting to happen, blah 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 blah. Dave, you watched the game. I was watching your 2-minute show as I had the game going at the same time. Caleb Williams put that ball on a rope to get the Cairo Santos into position and win a field goal. In fact, some might say he put a little mustard.
Oh gosh,
that was good. I like that.
I don't like that.
Good song.
It was good though. It was good. That was.
Just
that
give
was
you a
good.
heads up.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed with Caleb and most of his play this weekend. The kid's special. If he does not get ruined, you might have something, maybe.
There's only one thing I didn't like about Caleb, and that was in the overtime drive. And I'm gonna tell you, all that running around, get rid of the ball. Don't take a sack there in overtime. And then you were slow to get up, and you got to the huddle late, and then you get a delay of game. Those two plays were detrimental in overtime. And then, of course, the defense fails you in overtime. But in those instances, Caleb is hot. They're on a roll. You got to score when you got the coin. You won the coin toss. Don't give them a chance. And I think those two plays doomed them in overtime.
We went at the 2-minute mark. We were 99.9% win probability. There was just too many things that had to go wrong for us to lose. They had to score 11 points, a touchdown, get the onside kick, and then get in the scoring position to tie it up and drive it into overtime. And wouldn't you know, my Minnesota Vikings, who are notorious for this, fall into that 0.1%. And so it goes into overtime. Yes, Vikings defense held up. The officiating was horrible. On that one sack, you see Jonathan Grenard being held by 2 Bears linemen, into the fact that he releases and goes, hey, looking at the ref, and they both let go. Caleb still had the ball, and Jonathan Grenard sacked him. It was frustrating on our part, but we expected that, because anybody that's been a Vikings fan a long time knows that weird stuff happens in Soldier Field. We had basically won the game early, and everything was cruising. Reporters were talking about how they were trying to stay awake, except for Kevin Seifert, who had turned to other beat reporters in the box and said, weird stuff happens at Soldier Field. Just wait. Weird stuff happens at Soldier Field. We're up by 11. There's only 2 minutes to go. 99.9% win probability. Hey, I'm putting in Vikings win already. I'm dropping my article. Boom. It was not pleasant for the old ticker. It was an exciting game. Vikings won. Caleb showed promise. I was impressed with quite a bit, and I told Pay that after the game. The Bears have some talent on that team. They got too much talent on that team to be where they're at. It points to one thing, and we'll see. Can they pull it all together this week? We'll get into that a little bit later. But we'll find out. And I just wanted to, hear your side of it, Pay, because I hadn't. I figured you were a little gruntled, not just disgruntled, but gruntled over the whole thing.
Disgruntled, gruntled, frustrated, upset, numb, fill in the blank. All of it rightly aligns with where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Absolutus, Eberflubus.
Mm-hmm. Michael says, I don't think anybody's debating the Bears have no O-line. We had the worst coach in all of football, and we lost our run stopper. And stopper and our safety was the leader on D, right? Michael?
You guys are fighting, though.
Yep.
You're fighting, though.
You haven't gone to saying it's...
At least you have fight. There's a lot of teams that just lay down, and you guys are fighting every game. So that's good to see. If you want to take away, there's no moral victories, but if you want to take away anything from that, you guys are fighting every game. You're in every game.
Yes. Which is good.
Yeah.
And it's hopefully the players doing that versus ineptitude in the front office or the coaching staff. But we'll see. We've got another week to come.
Just don't fight tomorrow, though.
Now, speaking of the Lions, you guys seem to have an easy cakewalk in Indianapolis. Tell us about it.
Well, first off, let me salute Indianapolis, not for their play, but for those wonderful uniforms. They were so nice. I would that blue and that combination that they had there, those uniforms was really nice. One of the better looking uniforms I've seen in a while. It was not a pretty game. It was one that, and it took its toll at the end with quite a few injuries. Not a good time to happen during a short week, but we got it done, 24-6. It was never really in jeopardy. I think they got up to a 3-0 lead, and once we went up 7-3, I think they got it 7-6, and ultimately it was a 24-6 game. So we kept them at bay. We had a couple. They looked very good on their first drive with their run RPOs, but they were relatively quiet. They had a second drive where they dropped a touchdown pass. So, but other than that, they were pretty quiet offensively. The defense pretty much stood tall. But the Lions fan make it impossible to root for them. We don't want you to root for us. We got enough fans.
We do.
We don't want you to root for us. Root for your team. Yeah. The Lions make it hard for you to root for them. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's simple.
I'm rooting for them. They don't need you.
Foster, what were some of those injuries June alluded to?
So, Khalif Raymond, he's actually on the IR now. David Montgomery left the game. He could have came back. He definitely was talking to Dan Campbell, and Dan Campbell, basically told him to, save it for your old team. Sock it to them. But outside of that, Taylor Decker was also injured as well. So, and then Carlton Davis left the game. So we had a lot. You said what?
He's commenting to Joseph.
Oh yeah. So we June said that I want to get out of the game without a lot of injuries, and then of course we stacked up on the injuries, but we should be getting some guys back as quickly as we can get some guys back. We got some guys sitting down, so that's just the way the season has gone.
Oh,
Michael H., I did not gloat over beating the worst team in the division. Stop it. Your mom's the child. That's who, Michael. I can do this all day.
Now, there was another division game last week, and it was San Francisco at Green Bay. Did any of you guys watch it?
I did not. I was after I found out that Brock Purdy wasn't going to play, I said, "Oh, I know how this game is going to go," and it went exactly the way I thought it was going to go. I made sure my bets was already in before the line went completely haywire. So I enjoyed just I made content during that time. So no, I did not pay attention to the actual game. Dave, take it away.
I had it on, and believe it or not, even though it looked like Green Bay was playing a one-legged, one-armed football player team, they had a hard time. Now, the score didn't reflect that. They dominated in the final score. But there was times when Green Bay didn't look good at all. They were having a hard time. And they're playing against second and third stringers of San Francisco. That was my takeaway. And the golden child, Mr. Jordan Love, was nothing special at all during that game. So they're beatable. Just a heads up. Come on, Miami. I hope, and I know better, that it's 80 degrees when Tua steps out onto the field on Thursday night. It won't be. It'll probably be like 20 or 10. But they're beatable. They are beatable. No matter what. No matter, and whatever cheesehead fans say, they are beatable. I know they think, oh, Vikings frauds. Hey, maybe so. Look at the stats, baby. It's not quite as that. Oh, yeah. Well, the record means nothing, according to them. Hey, you guys haven't won pretty. Did you know there's a thing as style points in the NFL? You win ugly. That doesn't count. You need to dominate like the Lions.
I like to hear about the dub.
We're 9-2, baby. It is what it is. If it's ugly, it's ugly. A win's a win, whether it's hanging off the ass of a cow or not. So that's all that matters. And as long as we keep doing it, and like I said, look at the stats. Sam Darnold's playing the best football of his life. We've had, 3 400-yard games in the last 4 for offensive production. Our defense is one of the best or the best, depending on what metric you're using. No style. You don't get style points. You're a fraud. Bink. Oh, well, fine. We'll see.
Dave, is that frontline apparel you have on?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Shout out to
my brother Foster, yeah.
Shout out.
We had twin telepathy today.
So it is what it is. And if we win ugly, we win ugly. But the main portion of that is we win. So San Francisco played well for being beat up. They got taken advantage of. Will that happen to Green Bay this week? We'll see. Now, that is week 12 in a nutshell. Unless you guys want to add anything else.
June did a pretty good job of summarizing the game. As far as the other keys that I saw in that Colts game, time of possession. We nearly doubled up the time of possession, 37 minutes to 22. We kept Anthony Richardson off the field, who did kind of get loose in our secondary a few times via the run, but we were able to shut him down. Ultimately, we were able to shut down Jonathan Taylor, who had a good start of the game as well. And we got them off the field on third down. They only converted a quarter of their third down opportunities. So that was key in the game. And they committed a lot of bad penalties that brought back some of their big plays because of holdings, receiver downfield, And that really hurt them, as well as the drop touchdown pass, like Jones said as well. So they had 10 penalties to our 5, which accounted for 72 yards, as opposed to our 49, which was, which 49. That's not right. I don't know.
Dave,
45.
I'm sorry, the button stuck.
Dave, you gotta relax.
But yeah, so those were definitely key aspects of the Colts game. But the other big stat is that in the last 3 games, we have given up 0 points in the second half, and us ourselves have scored 50. I think it was 53 points. So shout out to the AFC South for being awful.
Yeah. I saw a meme that I did not send your way, but which teams swept the AFC South?
All of us, I think.
All of us have, right?
No,
we lost
to Tampa Bay.
No,
that's NFC.
3 out of 4. Lions, Packers, and Vikings. Bears won 2 out of 4 games.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. Now to the news and notes tidbits. I have a few. If you are not aware, the Vikings signed Daniel Jones today. I think it's a brilliant move. Why? Because he signed to a practice squad contract, which means we pay him $100,000 to $300,000, maybe a tad bit over, depending. If he gets called up, he will get called up at one point in time to the active roster, so he qualifies for the compensatory pick formula. It's guaranteed. He chose Minnesota because he wanted someplace that was in contention and had a nurturing head coach.
Oh,
I know, isn't it sweet?
That's cute. That's cute.
Hey, Kevin O'Connell has developed that reputation of being able to do that. Even after the Bears game this last week, he went and whispered sweet nothings into Caleb Williams' ear, made Caleb Williams stay. He's done it a few times. And it's a good thing. So we'll see how it goes. He's probably going to be QB3. And then we'll call him up to the active 53 at some point in time. Now, somebody asked, well, somebody could just poach him if they wanted to. Well, to be poached off the practice squad, you have to want to go off the practice squad, and the team can block it by bringing you up to the 53-man roster. So we've got him for the rest of the year. I believe it's more of a tryout to see if he can be our backup next year when J.J. McCarthy takes over, and we'll see. But I think it's a brilliant move by Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and Kevin O'Connell. It was good. Any tidbits of the week for you guys?
Katie Nolan's coming to the North tonight. That's all I heard.
Who is?
Katie Nolan.
Okay. I don't know that person. Obviously, Katie. All right. That one's over my head.
No, Danny Dimes' girlfriend.
Oh, Kay Adams.
Kay Adams. I'm saying Katie Nolan. I'm wrong Katie. Kay Adams, right?
Yes. And I even said earlier, when he was making the decision, I wonder if she was an influence. Because she has I think her second favorite team is the Vikings. I don't know that for sure. I just get that perception because I see her with interviewing Vikings players all the time and talking nice about them and all this other crap. But I don't know. I wonder if she was an influence and said, hey, you need to go here.
Maybe the coach nurtures her.
Possibly. Who knows? But it's Obviously, she may nurture Danny Dimes, but I don't know. Now, I did want to know what I put in the notes as a space filler. Is Bears still haven't fired Matt Eberflus yet? Are you hearing rumors, or is he still? You're getting Ryan Poles saying now he's our coach next year too.
I wish we were hearing rumors that Matt Eberflus is out the door. I wish for the rumor of it. Ryan Poles has been like a typical GM. He's been out the way, not doing any type of presses while the season's going on, which is what you expect from a general manager. Also, is a little annoying because the team is falling well underneath expectation. But the last thing we heard about this a couple of weeks ago, Ryan Poles did intimate to most of the respected beat writers for the Bears that Matt Eberflus is here to stay regardless of how we end this season, which is revoltable comments coming from our general manager. I've already started a petition online to storm Hallis Hall if Matt Eberflus is not fired immediately at the conclusion of Week 18.
Wait. You can't do that, Pay.
We will storm Hallis Hall. We will take back. We will take back liberty. We will stop this. Let's just call it an I word. We would take over the Bears. It would be a show of force if Matt Eberflus is not shown the door immediately after Week 18.
That's pretty strong actions for a coach.
Hey, sometimes insurrections got to happen. Democracy is not something that is gained through non bloodshed. Hey, things got to happen, June.
Sarah, you got to stop.
Things got to happen, June. Some things got to change.
Hey, Sarah is hilarious. I gotta quit reading these comments, man. I gotta stop.
Sarah's great. Sarah's a wonderful fan. I appreciate her greatly.
I love Sarah, man.
Is there any news tidbits for you guys in Detroit?
Oh man, we're just trying to get through tomorrow. It's been like the injuries. The injuries are starting to mount up. We're looking at Carlton Davis not playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that would leave us with 2 second stringers on at corners if Arnold's not a go tomorrow, and we know how Terry Arnold is. But we do know how good he is by watching the backups. So it's we're just trying to get through the game tomorrow. We'll see how it works out.
Interesting. So you're not going to finish 16-1.
There's a lot of players that didn't practice this week because of the short week. I'm sure they would have practiced if it was, had some kind of practice by Sunday. But Taylor Decker didn't practice at all this week. Carlton Davis didn't. Those are 2 starters right there. And then you had Terry Arnold who didn't. Khalif Raymond is out. It's it's one of those games where we're gonna see what this team is made of behind the first and second string. So
okay.
Just to give an update, Carlton Davis and Taylor Decker have been ruled out. David Montgomery and Amon-Ra St. Brown were both full participants in practice today and are ruled as questionable. I'm pretty sure David Montgomery is going to play, or at least that was the impression that he gave on Sunday, and Dan Campbell kind of seconded that. Terry Arnold has also been a full participant all week, and DJ Reader, although he did not practice on Monday, was a full participant on Wednesday. So I anticipate only Taylor Decker, Carlton Davis, and of course Khalif Raymond is going to be on the IR. I'm not really worried about replacing Khalif Raymond. Obviously, he's our punt returner, and it looks like Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to take over that role. And as far as the offensive side of things, Jamison Williams was actually our leading receiver. Tim Patrick had a good game as well this week. So I think that we can make up the pass production without Khalif Raymond. The biggest part is having Amon-Ra St. Brown be our punt returner, who Dan Campbell said is our most dependable alternative at that spot.
Ooh.
Oh, also the James Houston saga is over. He was released earlier this week. He was a player that had a very good second half of his rookie year. He was hurt all last year, and I don't know. Me and June definitely championed for him throughout his ups and downs. And obviously, we've been very short at the edge rushing position, so he's had every opportunity to capitalize. They even tried to use him as an outside linebacker and drop him into coverage. But when you looked at Dan Campbell, he's very expressive and does not hide his feelings about players when he talks. And he was never a big James Houston guy. I don't know if it was his work ethic or how he played, how he performed in practice, but Dan Campbell just never showed that love for James Houston. He wished him the best of luck in his future endeavors, and said that maybe he just needs a change of scenery. But don't let the door hit you when a good Lord split you, is what Dan Campbell really wanted to say about James Houston.
Change of scenery or change of underwear, one or the other.
Oh my God, yeah, that too. Damn.
Now,
Rough year.
as we move into Week 13, Jackson, do you know you guys can be the first in the NFC to clinch a playoff berth?
Very complicated scenarios that they threw out there. There was no simplistic ones, but yes, I did see that. There they are.
Yeah. It's
Lions
right
win, Cardinals, San Francisco lose, and either. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I wouldn't worry about it right now.
It's early.
It's what, 6 games left.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't worry about clinching tomorrow,
but it's possible.
It's possible.
The AFC has 2 teams that can clinch, and that's because there's a bigger difference in the top and the bottom. So, just to let you know. Now, I had a question. Why aren't the Lions wearing their throwback uniforms tomorrow? That's been tradition since I think I was a kid.
Well, the tradition has been often to lose as well. Our current record on Thanksgiving is 37.
One of the reasons why I'm asking.
Yeah, so got to switch it up, I guess.
Which uniforms are you wearing?
June, do you?
He don't know. I don't know either.
Black and blues, the blueberries, all silver, what?
No idea.
I have no idea. Don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a uniform watcher. I do care. But anyways, I know Chicago wore their throwbacks last week, so they're not going to be wearing them. Pay, you want to tell us about this game this weekend? The first game at noon? Or I shouldn't say this weekend, tomorrow.
I thought the game would kick off locally, and it's 12:30. Yeah, it's 12:30. So yeah, I guess noon.
It's the first game.
So right when you hopefully everyone's done cooking and got their grace out the way and ready to eat, the game will be kicking off right in time for you. Or if not, I hope your drinks is cold. 9-1 Detroit Lions against the Chicago Bears. And guess what, guys? I think this is going to be a great game once again. I think the Bears and Lions match up favorably, as you saw over the last 2 seasons. A lot of games going down to the wire. I think, and that's with Eberflus coach teams, a lot worse teams than he has this year. I think we're in tune for another one of those classic games. Save that we have a better quarterback other than Justin Fields this time around. With that said, I think the Bears have a good shot of, once again winning the week we have a shot of going ahead and break that losing streak and continuing our recent dominant streak over the Detroit Lions on Christmas. So I've got the Bears taking care of business.
Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving, you mean?
28-21, guys. I think you all probably agree. Probably agree with me, right?
Yep, I can.
You said Christmas.
Thanksgiving.
Hey,
Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
You
Well, it would
gotta
be
get
like
the holidays.
Christmas to him.
Get the holidays right first, there, Pay. Okay. Now,
One holiday is all the same.
I'll
no,
drink to that.
It'd be an early Christmas present for me.
It would be. It would be. I think. Yeah. I think we should be able to handle that business.
Mm-hmm. June, how do you think tomorrow's going to go?
I do not think it's going to be an easy game. I think it's going to be a tough game. Anytime the Lions and the Bears play, it's always a tough game, and it's always a tough game here, or there. And then on Thanksgiving, we never fare well. So I think tomorrow will be another one of those tough games. However, I do expect us to win. I want to say 21-17 Lions.
Sarah's asking Pay a question. Would you rather have the Bears beat the Lions or have Eberflus fired?
Tomorrow.
Ooh.
He's looking at both happening tomorrow.
No. Because I think if the Bears beat the Lions, Ryan Poles will extend Eberflus, no Diddy, immediately right after the game. So if a means to an end, we would have to lose this game for us to gain the world. I would like to. I would preach that the Lions beat us 99-0 if it meant getting Eberflus out of the door tomorrow. Fire him on the holiday.
We want Eberflus to stay.
I'm sure you do, but Eberflus has to go because I think for this show, we love having the NFC North being the best division. And we can't be the best. We can't be the best black and blue division if the team that actually wears the colors most closely resembling black and blue is getting black and blued every Sunday. Eberflus got to go.
Gotcha.
So small price to play for satisfaction.
Salvation.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to Thanos.
Okay.
We'll watch the Lions Bears game, and then we eat, and we settle down, unbuckle our belts, and then we get to watch Miami at Green Bay, where you have Tua Tagovailoa, who's never won when it's below like 50, is going to go up there, and it's going to be Arctic chill. I just hope Miami pulls this one off. Just me.
Well, Miami is one of the hottest teams in the NFL, not including how they look in inclement weather. But if you recall, a couple of weeks ago, Packers didn't look too tough in inclement weather either. So it's not necessarily Packer weather. It's anybody who wants it weather. If Miami can go up there and handle some business, I give them a puncher's chance. As long as Tua doesn't have another bobblehead game, they can win.
If he has another bobblehead game, he needs to seriously consider retirement.
Yeah.
Well, that's that game. And then the Vikings get to wait till Sunday to take on Kyler Murray and see how we can do against the Cardinals in Minnesota. We've been on a 3-game road trip. Won all 3, but a 3-game road trip. We're now back at home. Well rested. Kyle Murray hopefully has been doing a Call of Duty tournament all week. His stats, if you look, the new Call of Duty came out October 25th, and his play has gone down since.
The campaign is tough, Dave.
I know, and it goes down every year. So I'm hoping that Vikings pull this one out, keep pace with the Lions, at least record-wise, unless you pull off the miracle tomorrow. And we'll still keep record that way, but we'll then own the tiebreaker. So without it, we both can go 15-2 on the season, and the Vikings finish second in the division. That would be crazy, but it's feasible.
I love Black Friday deals, but if we get this win on discount, and that means we got to extend Eberflus, I don't know what I don't know. I will be insufferable. I don't even know how long I can keep this bit going if I had to keep Eberflus running longer. So I don't like the implications of winning this game. However, we can't. There's no other way. There's no other confounding way to lose this game. Yeah, we done lost every possible way already. We lost on block field goals. We lost on Hail Marys. We lost after having the most improbable comeback you could ever imagine. What else is there? Losing on the safety?
Losing by 40.
We've done that too.
I didn't know that.
It's going to be fun. Now,
yep.
Speaking of tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Holidays celebrated, especially here in the United States, but also in Canada. However, theirs is a different day. What are you guys thankful for? Bay?
I'm thankful for a steady Wi-Fi connection right now. I'm also thankful for no serious injuries so far this season out of the whole league. We've had some season injuries, right there, obviously, right? Those happen playing a violent game, but we haven't had the real serious ones that make you consider, like, why am I even watching this sport? It's nothing. It's no reason for me to continue paying into this, as we've had with Damar Hamlin and some other names out there. I would prefer to keep it that way. I like the game being as clean as possible while not being as flag football like as possible. That's just couple of two things I'm happy for. Also, I'm happy that I didn't pay to watch that Tyson Paul fight. I'm glad it was on Netflix. I didn't waste any time trying to watch it because I knew what was going to happen anyway. I'm glad I kept that time to myself.
Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. How they handle the Christmas Day games. But
hopefully.
Anyways, June Foster, is there anything you guys are thankful for this
year?
Are
we talking sports wise or just in general? Thanks.
Let's start both, but sports wise.
First of all, I'm thankful for just simply having a roof over my head. I know it was a point in time, 2010, I was actually homeless. So I am thankful every day for being alive. I'm thankful for having a roof over my head. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the guests in the chat. I'm thankful for all the comments, everything else. I'm just one of those guys that's just thankful for everything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take anything for granted. There's some people that don't have a roof over their head that won't have Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. And my prayers are out for those, but I'm just thankful for every single thing that God has given me and continues to give me and continue to bless me with. So I'm appreciative of everything.
Yeah, definitely thankful for family, blood related, and those that that are just have a deeper relationship than just a friendship that I consider to be family. And I definitely share that sentiment as far as the supporters of the show, because, that's kind of what we do it for. It's just that engagement. And, you never know. One day everything might just shut off and everybody just say, we don't want to watch Bleachers and Speakers anymore. We out of here. We going somewhere else. So, yeah, that definitely makes it worthwhile. As far as football is concerned, just to piggyback off the injury situation, I am thankful that the Lions have been able to weather the storm, despite the fact that we have had pretty severe injuries, not, life-altering injuries, but we have been able to weather that storm and still have only one loss on the year. And I'm also thankful for the fact that Hutch is back walking. We saw him working out in the pool. So he seems to be making a nice comeback. We obviously don't know to what extent he'll be able to be back on the field. We're not really worried about that at this point, but it's encouraging that he's been in good spirits. He's been at the game, enjoying it with his family, and he's been able to watch a good product as well. So yeah, a lot to be thankful for on this Thanksgiving.
It is. And I'm thankful for, of course, my family and all my friends. And this crew of the NFC North is absolutely fantastic. You guys rock. You have for 2 years now. This is our second full season, and it's been a blast. And with that, what do we say, Pay?
Bear down. Bring the sweet potato pie.
June?
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
not bad.
Oh, yeah.
And as always, SKOL Vikings.
Thanks for listening to this latest edition from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Whether you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And all my homies from Chicago, we say 3 things: bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.